I was feeling completely lost. My weight was spiraling out of control, and I felt like I was already doing everything right. My PCOS symptoms of acne were getting worse. I hadn't had a period in 2 years, and all my doctors could tell me was, just go away and lose weight and it will resolve itself. But the problem was I'd already been trying that for the last 6 years and nothing had worked. See, I've always been very active. For many years of my life, I was an international athlete, competing at world championships level in running and triathlon, and I was training up to 20 hours a week and also eating a low-calorie, low-fat diet, but I was still gaining weight and I just couldn't work it out. I was also studying at university my degree in nutrition and exercise science, and after 5 years of study, I was still no closer to the answer. They just kept saying to us that weight is all about calories in minus calories out, but I knew from my own body that this was not true. So I knew that if I was going to find the answer, I had to find it myself. And that's when I started studying functional medicine. Now, functional medicine is all about treating the root cause of chronic illness, like PCOS, rather than treating the symptoms, like treating an irregular period with birth control pill, or treating acne with Roaccutane or antibiotics. It's about actually figuring out what's causing your hormones to be out of balance in the first place. See, I thought that I was the victim of a really bad genetic makeup, but actually while genes play a part, they've got to be in the right environment to be turned on. And it's all about figuring out what those environmental causes are for you. For me, it was definitely insulin resistance, even though I was an athlete. And that was brought on by poor gut health and also eating far too many sugary drinks and gels when I was training, but also really high stress hormones because I was completely stressing my body out by doing so much exercise, even though that's what I thought I needed to do to keep my weight in control. It was actually making things a lot worse. So when I actually treated the root cause, that's when everything just fell into place. I lost about 20 kilos, my skin cleared up, my period returned normal every month, and I was even ovulating for probably the first time in my life. I also noticed things that I didn't even think were associated with PCOS, like my energy levels. I'd been exhausted for so many years, and now I felt like I actually had energy to do the things I wanted to do. I also wasn't getting sick every couple of weeks, and I was sleeping so much better. I didn't have the brain fog every morning, and I just felt alive again. Now I've used all that knowledge I've gained through my study, the experimentation I've done on my own body, and the work that I do with my patients to develop the PCOS Protocol. Now, the PCOS Protocol is not a diet or a miracle supplement. It's about treating you as an individual, because there is not one PCOS. There is many different root causes or types, and that's why you'll see that it's very confusing when you see that someone has done some diet and it's worked for them, whereas another woman with PCOS has done the same diet and it hasn't worked for them. And this is why, because we're not all the same. So in the protocol, I take the guesswork out of that for you. I help you understand what might be causing your hormones to be out of balance, and then setting you up with the right dietary plan and exercise strategy, supplement regime, and anything else that you need to do to fix that. I also educate you about what's going on in your body so that you can understand why you're doing what you're doing. Because when you understand why, you're much more likely to stick with it, even through the tough times. And when you join the PCOS protocol, you won't be going it alone either. You'll be joining a community of hundreds of other women who are also going through the same thing. Now, this is one of the most invaluable parts of the program, is that you have a community of women who know exactly what you're going through and who can celebrate those little milestones with you and rally you when times are tough.
So today I've lost 4 stone, which I think is around 56 pounds, which is quite exciting because I don't actually remember the last time I was size 16. In total I've lost about 20 something inches from all over my body. So my waist to hip ratio is now normal.
The fact that I have energy is amazing. The weight loss, because it's so obvious to everybody. People are like, oh, you've lost weight. And that was a really big thing. And I'm happy about it. I will not lie, I'm happy about it. Like, I feel well. I tell people I feel well. I feel like I'm alive again, you know. And that has been bigger than just the weight loss.
My team of experts who have been trained in the PCOS protocol are also in there every day answering questions so that you never have to go it alone again. So if you're really struggling with PCOS weight gain, acne, hair growth or hair loss, infertility or any other symptoms, then don't try and work this out on your own anymore. I've done that and it took me 2 degrees, some postgrad training and many years of frustration. So instead, take the fast track and let me help you kick your PCOS.
I'll never look back. I mean, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. I don't look at it as something that I've started today and I'm going to stop. It's something I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, and it's not a punishment because I'm happy. Like, I feel like I've gotten my life back after so many years.